This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife and feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. For too long, women's serious midlife health issues have been trivialized, ignored, and met with a just deal with it attitude. Many of us have been made to feel ashamed or forgotten. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. It's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI is not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. What sets MIDI apart? We are the only women's telehealth brand covered by major insurance companies, making high-quality, expert care accessible and affordable for all women. Our clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. We offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions from hormonal therapies and weight loss protocols to lifestyle coaching and preventative health guidance. This isn't one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will join our patients who feel seen, heard, and prioritized. You will find that our mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the healthcare they deserve. Because we believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It's the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
On today's Smart 7, confusion as Trump backs down on Greenland, Labour launches Rooftop revolution and much more. It's Thursday, 22nd of January. It's Hot Sauce Day and happy birthday, Guy Fieri.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Donald Trump arrived in Davos on Wednesday as America looked to project a show of strength in front of world leaders. The US president hosted a press conference which saw him reach peak American tourist in Europe levels when he warned the German-speaking residents of Switzerland that if it weren't for America, you'd all be speaking German.
We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force, where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good.
The news that he wouldn't use force was a positive, and after a meeting with NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte, there appeared to be some progress, with Trump tweeting that he would withdraw the threat of tariffs and that a framework deal for Greenland had been reached. It's not clear what that is or how it would work, but Rutte clearly managed to get NATO's message across to Trump.
So you can be assured, absolutely, if ever the US will be under attack, your allies will be with you. Absolutely, there's an absolute guarantee. I really want to tell you this because it is important. It pains me if you think it is not. And under your leadership, this alliance is stronger than ever.
The special relationship between the UK and the US hasn't really seemed all that special over the last few days, and that's despite a visit to Parliament by the Speaker of the US Congress, Mike Johnson. Donald Trump's change of heart on the UK's Chagos Island deal has caused real issues for UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Trump described the deal to hand back the islands to Mauritius on foot of a ruling from the International Court of Justice as an act of great stupidity. That inspired a fight back from Starmer at Wednesday's PMQs.
President Trump deployed words on Chagos yesterday that were different to his previous words of welcome and support for the express purpose of putting pressure on me and Britain in relation to my values and principles on the future of Greenland. He wants me to yield on my position, and I'm not going to do so.
The deal, which includes a lease for 100 years of the key US-UK military base on the islands at a cost of an estimated £30 billion, has sparked fresh criticism from the Tory party, even though they were the one involved in initial negotiations. Tory Shadow Cabinet Minister Alex Burghardt seemed to have forgotten that, though.
And when I was a history teacher, we used to say that the worst deal ever was when the Lenape people sold Manhattan Island for 60 guilders and a handful of beads. But at least they got 60 guilders and a handful of beads.
Wednesday saw the rate of inflation jump from 3.2% to 3.4%, slightly ahead of analysts' expectations. The higher figure was driven by airfares and tobacco prices in December, but Governor of the Bank of England Andrew Bailey says it's expected to be a short-term bump, and by April or May the level should have fallen significantly. That's partly because the effect of price rises in last year's awful April will have washed out of the index, but inflation in the UK remains the highest in the G7. Chancellor Rachel Reeves was in Davos, and she says that the economy is still on track and that the budget changes will have a positive impact.
When those measures come in, we expect to see that sharp decline in inflation, which is obviously good news for families across our country after a number of years when inflation has been too high.
The government announced a plan on Wednesday to create what it calls a rooftop revolution. And if you're wondering what on earth that means, it's all to do with the Warm Homes Plan that will see funding made available for households to invest in solar panels, along with other green tech, in a bid to lower their energy bills. The scheme includes £15 billion worth of grants across the next 5 years, and not surprisingly, energy companies are excited at the prospect. Energy Secretary Ed Miliband says it's part of the government's plan to lift 1 million people out of fuel poverty, and he's promising to make sure the £150 for the warm home discount revealed in the budget goes to those who need it most.
This is something that we've been engaged very, very actively with the energy companies on. I think they recognise, after discussions with us, that it's absolutely crucial this money gets passed on, and they're pledging to do so, and we'll make sure they do.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, wins all round in the Champions League, and the night agent is waiting for your call. Right after this.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Hi, this is Christy from Back to the Bar. You've probably heard about GLP-1 weight loss medications and the side effects that can come with jumping in too fast. That's why I Love Noom makes getting started easy. Their microdose GLP-1 program begins with a smaller dose and gradually scales up based on how your body reacts. The Noom GLP-1 microdose program starts at $99 and is delivered to your door in 7 days. Start your microdose GLP-1 journey today at Noom.com. That's Noom.com. Noom, micro changes, big results.
Average weight loss 8 pounds in first month. Meds and personalization based on clinical need and not available to all individuals. Medications are not reviewed by FDA for safety, efficacy, or quality. Pricing based on first month only.
Welcome back. Wednesday night saw more Champions League action with Chelsea, Liverpool and Newcastle. Eddie Howe's men faced Dutch side PSV and won 3-0, while Arne Slot's team were on the road in France, where they also picked up a 3-0 win. There are now 5 Premier League teams in the top 8 of the Champions League table, all of whom would avoid a playoff round. Chelsea have squeezed past Barcelona into that group as new manager Liam Rowe Sr. oversaw a tricky 1-0 win over Cypriot side Paphos and was happy with the result.
What I liked about the team today was the body language. They kept going. The body language didn't change. The energy in the team, the counter-pressing. You want to score more goals, but at the end of the day, we're in a position now where we know if we win the next game, we're in the top 8.
The first star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame was laid in 1960 and was in recognition of producer Stanley Kramer, the man behind films like High Noon and Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. There are almost 3,000 stars on the Walk of Fame, and there's a new one now dedicated to Rachel McAdams, the Canadian actress who has starred in movies from Mean Girls to The Notebook. Her ceremony was attended by the Irish star of the new comedy The Paper, Domhnall Gleeson, who described his former co-star as a phenomenal actress and the loveliest person I've ever met. Rachel took a moment to dedicate her star to some of her own heroes.
I'd like to thank the stars up above. To name a few, the pioneering Jenna Rowlands, the prolific Sam Shepard, and my beloved Diane Keaton, who took me under her wing like I was her own daughter.
Netflix hit spy thriller The Night Agent is back for season 3. If you haven't seen it, the concept is simple. The CIA runs an emergency hotline for agents who get in trouble outside of the 9 to 5. The Night Agent is the guy or girl who takes the call and fixes the situation, but it gets a bit more complicated than that. Season 3 sees Gabriel Basso return as the rough and tumble night agent. This time he's tracking down dark money and a new global conspiracy. The first episodes drop on Netflix on February 19th.
2 nights ago, the plane went down in that terrorist attack. President initiated night action.
We will not allow the loss of innocent lives to go unanswered.
I made a deal with the devil. It saved a lot of lives, but now every time something goes wrong, I gotta wonder if I'm responsible.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Youth mental health is a complex challenge that requires comprehensive solutions. We must strengthen after-school programs. We must make digital literacy tools available in our schools. We must work with mental health professionals to support children. And we must empower mentors, educators, and parents to keep kids happy. Learn more about our commitment to finding lasting solutions at empowerourfuturecoalition.com/solutions. Paid for by the Coalition to Empower Our Future.
Hi, this is Jonathan Fields from Good Life Project. If you're not using Ironclad for contracts, you could be leaving millions on the table without knowing it. Every contract holds renewal dates, pricing terms, and obligations you can't afford to miss, but good luck finding them when it matters. Ironclad's AI instantly surfaces what matters so you can act before opportunities slip away. That's why they're trusted by OpenAI, L'Oreal, and Salesforce. Find the savings hiding in your contracts at ironcladapp.com/podcast. That's ironcladapp.com/podcast.